Let's talk about the laziest players in Dead by Daylight. Nightmares.
Let's talk about this DVD creator that I don't necessarily agree with for most of their takes. Now, if you know this person, do not go send hate towards them. These are all matter of opinion, and they are allowed to have their own opinion. I'm just voicing my own, because I can. Now, starting off, we have this first one, which is all night mains are lazy. I don't agree with this, because night mains usually use their guards to roam around gens while they go do chase with the undetectable add-on that most knights use. It's more of a multitasking power instead of just a use the power to do everything for you. Most of the time, I see a lot of night mains use the power to specifically help them in chase, or even sometimes to put pressure on two people at once, while the other two either have to sit on a singular gen to get it at least done, or try and help out with one of the two survivors that are getting chased. And seeing how sometimes in solo queue it's usually the latter, it clearly works.
Let's talk about the most unreliable survivors in Dead by Daylight. Sable mains. These people have got to have the most unshakable faith in the universe, or maybe they have a strong case of delusion, because no matter how much they prestige their character or play the game, they are still terrible.
Saying that all Sable mains are unreliable players is just false. You are categorizing a specific group of people that want to main a character because of bad experiences that you've had with other people who main that character. Now, I main Sable, but I also main Michaela, and I also main Singularity, but I wouldn't call myself unreliable, and I'm definitely not a bad teammate. Usually, most of the time, I sacrifice myself to try and help my team, even if they won't do the same for me, because that's what a good teammate does. And saying that all Sable mains don't know how to loop even with their hours of prestige is just incorrect. Most people I know would learn at this stage of the game to know how to loop and how to counter killers and their powers. I have looped several killers for multiple gens, as Sable, as Michaela, as any character. It doesn't matter the character, it is just because some specific people main a character because of how they look, instead of wanting to learn how to play the game. Most people just categorize all Sable mains as people who don't want to learn how to play the game and are unreliable as all hell.
Let's talk about Dead by Daylight's most delusional sharpshooters. Huntress mains. These hatchet-chucking wannabe Hawkeyes think they're one toss from a highlight reel, but their aim is so bad, they couldn't hit a stationary object if it was the size of a house.
Now, this take is also just from personal experience, because a lot of the Huntress mains I know are incredibly good in the game and have massive amounts of map knowledge and how to play their killer. Sometimes there are people that get overconfident with their hatchets and they miss, but those are very rare, and most instances they are very new to the game. Not all Huntress mains are delusional sharpshooters who think they'll never miss a shot, they'll hit every single thing, and it's because mostly sometimes you just have those type of games. Sometimes you miss everything. Sometimes you just can't hit anyone. Sometimes you're just not mind gaming the survivors correctly, making correct plays. I've had several games as Nurse and as Huntress where I've first 3 gens I'm not able to do shit because I'm playing poorly and it's a skill issue. But then there are some times after those 3 gens where I'll actually remember, wait, I actually played this character. I should know how to play them. And then I'll just end up doing incredible. I'll be getting insta-downs, immediately. I won't be missing any blinks. I'll hit most of my hatchets after that point. And it just comes down to, sometimes, with specific killers, it just takes a little bit of warming up. Especially with Huntress and Nurse, who require, a high skill floor to do very well with. It's just, not all specific killers of that type are delusional. They think they're good, their ego's high, but they can't hit shit, and it's all cheats that the reason they're losing, and it's all this and this and this and this. Sometimes people just have those games, and most of the times people acknowledge that they played poorly, especially on Huntress and Nurse, where it's usually not the survivor's fault you're not hitting your hatchets. It's your own fault because you aren't expecting this.
Let's talk about the most unrealistic weapons in Dead by Daylight. Flashlights. Because apparently, if you shine an LED in the killer's face for 2 seconds, they forget how to hold a person.
This take has a little bit of a Like, it makes a little bit of sense, right? Because a flashlight shouldn't be able to stop the killer from holding someone, right? Because, oh my god, how did the killer forget he was holding a guy? That's insane. He got blinded for 2 milliseconds. But then I also feel like the skinny survivors from Dead by Daylight, most of them would be able to drop the pallets because they weigh a shit ton. If it's enough to stun a big fucking brute like Trapper, I don't think they should be able to even, like, they would struggle to pull it down, not instantly drop in 2 seconds. Or even with the generators, they wouldn't be able to understand how to fix it, like, immediately because they're just in that realm. But it's more from it wants to be the survivors can fight back against the killers. So the flashlights aren't useless. They are supposed to be like a tool that helps slow down the killer. So from a balancing perspective, that is probably why the flashlight blinds. If it was hyper realistic, Dead by Daylight survivors would not be able to drop pallets as quickly as they do, or be able to repair generators as quickly as they do, because I highly doubt most of the survivors in the game are mechanics.
Let's talk about how unfun it is to go against Chucky in Dead by Daylight. Because I don't know what the monkeys at BHVR were thinking when they designed him.
This take is very much a just opinion-based thing. I rather enjoy looping Chucky. He's a very fun killer to loop. He is a 4.4 killer who is short, so it's kind of hard to see him over loops, but the footsteps that show when you are looping are what you see if the killer was tall enough to look over the loops. Him having footsteps is an indication of you would be able to see him if he was a normal heighted killer, but because he is short, we just give you this visual cue instead, so you understand that you can still see him. But in most instances, Chucky's height shouldn't be the main reason why Chucky is not fun to verse. I get that you might not like to verse him because his power's really annoying, his stealth mechanic just kind of like, why add so many footsteps? It's kind of disorientating, it can be really annoying, but like, the main point is that Chucky is short, therefore he's annoying to verse, and it's just like, not really. Just not really something I would agree with, you know? Now, they have some takes I agree with, personally. Now, these are just the ones I didn't necessarily agree with, and want to just say, hey, not many people, like, think of these killers this way, or these situations this way, or these people who main this character and that character, and this survivor and this killer. Not everyone thinks the exact same of the same person. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's little 8-minute video, because I'm enjoying this, but mostly I want to find some more people that are being like really toxic with their takes. Like, oh my god, tunneling, slugging, and camping are all toxic. If you do any of them, you need to uninstall the game and kill yourself. Like, anything crazy like that. It's nothing like that. It is literally just, I don't like this killer because of this, which is fine.